Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, as we are now halfway through the year, I will be giving you my top 10 films. So these are my favorite films of 2022 so far. Obviously, we're only halfway through the year. There's still a lot of stuff to watch. There's still a lot of stuff I need to watch from the first half of the year. So if you don't see any of those movies and you think that should be on the list, leave it in the comments. I'll try to go back and watch those as well. Yeah, as I was preparing for this video, I did note that there's a lot of stuff I haven't seen. So I'm surprised about the small number of movies I actually watched. I think I'm waiting for a lot of those to come to a streaming service or a video on demand. But I have been able to go to the theater for multiple movies, which I'll kind of note as I go through some of these on the list. So, yeah, let's get started. So, at number 10, we have Sonic the Hedgehog 2. What an amazing! This movie is just a lot of fun. I was able to go to the theater for this one, and it's just really, it's a great continuation of what they had set up in the previous movie. The world's great. Jim Carrey's great. Amazing voice performances. And yeah, I don't know. There's something about the Sonic movies that I just find really endearing. So I really like those. So at number 9, this is a movie that is only on demand. I watched it on Prime Video. It's I Want You Back, Charlie Day, Jenny Slate, romantic comedy. Very enjoyable. I had not had that much fun with a romantic comedy in a little while. This was very close to The Lost City. The Lost City just missed out on making this list, but I feel very strongly about that one as well. So I think romantic comedies are making a little bit of a comeback, and I'm quite enjoying that because I like good romantic comedy. It doesn't all have to be superheroes and blockbusters. Next on the list, a movie that had been pushed back from previous years and is not the one you think. I'm talking about The Black Phone, directed by Scott Derrickson. Really enjoyed that film. Great horror vibes to it. Just really encapsulates everything I like about Scott Derrickson filmmaking, based on the story by Joe Hill. So you definitely get a lot of those vibes. If you're familiar with some of the other material from Joe Hill. So yeah, great combination of acting, an interesting premise for the story, and overall, I just really enjoyed it. Scott Derrickson, one of my favorite horror directors. So up next, a movie that I was not expecting to enjoy this much, but I should have known because it's a Robert Eggers film. So I'm talking about The Northmen. This is at number 7, and The Northman was great. Just a retelling of a tale that is very familiar. But I think what really drew me to it was the look of the movie. It was a little bit long, which is why it's not higher on this list. We'll address that in a minute again. But yeah, it was just really well made. It looked beautiful. The performances were great. So yeah, for a lot of these movies, I do have a review on the channel. So make sure to go check that out. Now at number 6, and this was tough because I think we're getting into that part where I'm like, these are movies that I really like, so it could change, from time to time. But Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, wow, that is the movie that I've most recently watched from this list. It's amazing. Like I really love the effects. I love Sam Raimi's filmmaking style, the storytelling, and as an addition to the MCU as well as just as a standalone film. I love the horror vibes that it has. Like it really, I was hesitant going into that movie that Marvel Studios would not allow Sam Raimi the freedom that normally he has in some of his other projects, but I think that was not the case here. I know it's not a full Sam Raimi film, but there's so many things that you're like, oh yeah, I'm watching this and enjoying it as a Sam Raimi movie. Also, great performances. I think Elizabeth Olsen as the Scarlet Witch just really killed it. I love America Chavez as Xochitl Gomez did such an amazing job, and then Benedict Cumberbatch and Benedict Wong. Two Benedicts don't make a Wong, so. Um, Oh, that was a terrible pun. But next up at number 5, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Nicolas Cage, starring as Nicolas Cage. I don't think I need to go much further than that, but I will elaborate a little bit. This movie is a hoot. Like it's just fun. It's really good. The Pedro Pascal's performance is great. Nicolas Cage, as always, he's amazing. You guys know I'm a big Nick Cage fan, so that definitely that was one of the factors that really put it above other films. Just the fact that Nicolas Cage is in this movie and delivering a great performance. Very meta commentary on his own career, some of his struggles, but really bringing that up into trying to. Just incorporating all that stuff into an actual movie, I think it was really smart, really well done. So really enjoy that. So next up, and this is number four, and like I said, the next four films that are in the top four, um, it could be a flip. Like I could change my mind on a dime. They may not even stay this way by end of the year. We'll see. But yeah, the next up on the list, it is RRR, Rise, Roar, Revolt. This is an amazing movie that, like, I saw this on Netflix and I had heard the dialogue and the conversation about it. And it's just such an epic tale. Like, it's just a really fun story about friendship, fighting for freedom, and being never, I guess, never quite given up, and just it has so many things going for it. I just You can see my review on Letterboxd, but what I really liked the most was just the look of the film, the tone, like overall, like as much as like there's a lot of bad stuff that happens in this film to a lot of people, but the tone was always hopeful, and I think that was really really intriguing. The relationship between the main two characters, and then the stylization of everything, like everything is kind of pushed to the extreme. There's some amazing dance numbers, there's some amazing action sequences, really cool special effects. There's a lot of animals involved in this movie that they give you a warning at the top, or at least they let you know up at the top, like there were no animals used really in this film, like in a lot of those action sequences. Everything was CGI. And unless they had told me that, like, yeah, of course I'm gonna notice some of the major things, but there's a lot of stuff there that you're like, wow, how did they get, animals to do that? It is really, really well done. And just like I said, a beautiful story that you don't really know where it's going until you're there. And then once you real, at least myself, like once I realized that, oh, this makes perfect sense. This is the only way the story could have played out. Um, and yeah, like I said, the action sequences are so much fun. When characters meet each other, is just amazing. So very, very enjoyable. Highly recommend. It does have a runtime of 3 hours, so I did have to watch it in two chunks, only because I started watching it late when I did. But the movie actually has really good chapter breaks. I feel like I don't know when this movie was released theatrically, if they had like places for an intermission built in. I know some of the countries may still do intermission, even if we don't do that in America. So yeah, really interesting. Really love the film. I can't wait to rewatch it. There are specific sequences that I just could probably leave on a loop over and over. So great stuff. Now at number three, we have Top Gun Maverick. This is, to me, like I said, if if the previous movie was the definition of spectacle and an experience in the movie, to me Top Gun Maverick is the definition of what a summer blockbuster should be. It is fun, action packed, full of fun characters, full of really cool visuals, special effects. The sound is amazing. Just everything really comes together. And this is one of the movies that I don't normally say, like, oh, this is you have to watch this at the theater. This is something that you definitely get a lot more if you watch it at the theater, because it is built for that experience. I can understand why it was delayed for so long, but I also understand that a lot of people just can't go to the cinema at the moment. So yeah, hopefully you guys can experience this soon enough. But I really, really enjoyed it. This movie's making all the money in the world as well. So yeah, Top Gun Maverick number three. At number two, and look, I think by revealing number two, you'll probably know what my number one is. If you know me and you follow the channel for a little bit, you already know what the number one movie is for me. But that doesn't take away anything from these top four movies. Like I said, they are very close to each other. So the number two movie is Everything Everywhere All at Once, and in any other year, this movie probably would have been number one. It is a beautiful story of family and dealing with trauma and just trying to get over some stuff, but it's told in such a fun way that it doesn't even feel you don't feel sad. There's emotions to it, but it doesn't feel sad. There's a lot of comedy. There's a lot of really cool action sequences, really cool special effects. There's some amazing costuming in this movie. You can go check out my full review. But yeah, this movie, any other year, probably would be at the top of the list right now. And with that being said, at number one, of course, the Batman, because it has to be the Batman, right? I think I might get a lot of flack for that. That's okay. This is just my list of my favorite movies so far. If you disagree, please let me know what's on your list in the comments. But yeah, the Batman just does some amazing things that we've gotten so many Batman movies and so many things lately with comic book properties, and I'm really glad to see that more creators are interested in bringing in the material to where it really feels like the comics that I used to read, and seeing creators that really understand the material and the comic medium and the best way to adapt it. Matt Reeves is an excellent filmmaker. Robert Pattinson, I think, delivers a great performance along with Zoe Kravitz and Colin Farrell as well, transforming into the Penguin. This movie, once again, I once when I watched it at the theater, like it was so hard for me to find the place to take a break and go use the restroom. I've seen this movie now multiple times, especially ones that hit HBO Max. So very very much my favorite thing of the year. Very excited. So let me give you a quick recap if you just want if you're one of those people that just skips to the end of the video. So at number 10 we have Sonic the Hedgehog. Number 2 we have at number 9 I Want You Back. At number 8 The Black Phone. At number 7 The Northmen. At number 6 Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. At number 5 The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. At number 4 Rise, Roar, Revolt, RRR. At number 3 Top Gun Maverick. At number 2 Everything Everywhere All at Once. And at number 1 The Batman. So let me know what's on your list so far of the year. Let me know what I'm missing. I know there's a lot. I haven't seen X. I really want to watch X. I would also really want to watch Uma, some horror movies that I missed out on. There's a lot of stuff I haven't seen. I haven't seen Cha-Cha's Lied, which I hear really really good things about. So yeah, please let me know what I missed out on in the first half of the year, so I can make sure that all those things I've watched them by the time we get to the end of the year and I have to make another list. So as always, thanks for watching everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Sundays 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. And thanks for watching everyone. Bye.